What is up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. And welcome to the Shred Show Live with me, Josh Pitts. And very excited to be welcoming our very special guest, Zach Cusack from The Art of Homeownership. And before we get to his introduction, talking about him, because Zach is one of those guys who I'm really excited. I've had a lot of great people on the show, but Zach is one of those. I'm really, really excited to have him here today because we're going to be talking about something that is absolutely taking our industry by storm. And you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to share this. You're going to want to tag your best friends below because this is literally something that can change your business and their world. So I'm very excited. But before we get into that, if you're just joining us right now, instead of commenting hashtag shred, which we normally do, that means you're live with us, comment hashtag AOH. That's Art of Homeownership. We're going to teach you guys and share some things that you guys can become the next Bob Ross of the mortgage. You're not going to be painting. You're going to do no fluffy trees and fluffy clouds, but we're going to teach you how to become an artist for your clients and really become an advisor. Zach, thank you so much for joining us today, my friend.
Hey, Josh, really appreciate that introduction. I love the energy you've got going on there. So, fired up to talk about AOH and just kind of share what we got going on here.
Dude, I'm so excited because, again, I talked to a lot of great people, a lot of great companies, and the art of homeownership, not only you yourself, but some of the people that you guys have involved who we'll have on in the future, who I'm really excited to have on the show. But today we're really getting down. And if you've never heard of the art of homeownership, I'm excited to be sharing it with you. And Zach, what is the art of homeownership? Because let's just get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to the bottom of it. What is the art of homeownership?
Yeah, the art of homeownership is the way that I want you to think of it is a systematized business model for loan officers. It's a way that you add value to your clients before, during, and after a transaction. We've built a system and a process that allows originators to really, be the most important person in their clients' lives as it relates to real estate and home financing. And our platform has a number of different features that allow loan officers to stay engaged, stay in front of, to add value, to educate, and really, help grow their business.
And that's what's so cool is we always talk about growing your business here on the Shred Show. We're talking about how to set yourself apart, how to be unique, how to really, especially times right now, things couldn't be, I don't want to say they're too easy, but things are we're pretty happy. We're pretty content within the mortgage industry. Interest rates are all-time lows. So people are super happy with, especially loan officers. But right now, more than ever, you have to be focusing on your business to really look ahead. This is a long-term game. You guys hear me talk about that a lot. So how are you playing the long-term game? And that's exactly what the art of homeownership is helping loan officers do. You mentioned this. You guys have a model in place. That's something that I think is key right now because there's a lot of different tools and, this and that out there, but you guys actually have a model set in place to really help simplify that, right, Zach?
Yeah. And I think, part of the way that you want to think of the Art of Homeownership platform is, the way that you're able to generate new strategic partnerships, the ways that you can go after corporate, affiliations, and what our platform is designed to do is to allow you to generate these relationships. And I'll talk a little bit about corporate affiliations for an example. When you sign up for the Art of Homeownership, you get access to features like a monthly wealth digest report. You get access to an annual mortgage financial review tool, a home concierge service, a relocation service. So this toolkit of features that you're getting access to, you are then able to go out to corporations and, reach out to HR directors and say, hey, instead of, you going with your handout saying, hey, send your employees to me, let me do a refinance or review their mortgage. You're going to these employers with, hey, let me add this value to your employees at no cost to the employer. So it makes the employer look better. And it puts you in front of the audience, the employees, to be able to help advise them, to help educate them. The mortgage industry, Josh, and you understand this, the mortgage industry is all about relationships. The more relationships you have, the more opportunities that can be generated. And what we've built with the Art of Homeownership is a platform that allows you to engage these individuals with, not just pricing or product, but rather with value and being able to educate. One of the things that I really like about our platform is the home concierge service, and the way that it works is through your appraisal. And in some states, there's home inspections where they'll actually come out and do a 200-point home inspection on your property. And you get access to a dashboard that will then, if say your refrigerator breaks or you need, you want to repaint a room and you're looking for that paint color, at your fingertips, you get access to this home concierge service where, if you need to order a service for, to get your fridge fixed, the home concierge service will actually will order this process and manage this process instead of you going and to find 10 different people and price shop and figure out what the quotes are. This home concierge service will do that for you. And it really, as part of these values, because there's no cost to the actual borrower for these tools. So imagine going to a corporation, they've got 500 employees, you're able to offer them, a home concierge service, a monthly wealth digest report so that they know in real time how much equity they have in their property. We've got this great tool, this great feature on the platform, which is a relocation service. So think of it kind of as the process of from escrow to close, updating your addresses, scheduling movers, scheduling cable, that process of forwarding your mail from the post office, from your old address to your new address, and that's one of the features that you get access to on the platform. And we've even had, one of our power users went to Facebook and was able to become the featured, the featured mortgage partner for all Facebook employees, all 40,000 Facebook employees, by offering the art of home ownership to their employees. So it's, our system and our tool and the way that we've built this out, I say a systematized business model is what you're signing up for. But this is, you get access to these tools, and then our team, our onboarding and customer success team help execute them. Because I know everyone right now is, with interest rates, they're head down in their pipeline. But really what we want you guys to think about is 6, 12, 24 months from now. What are you going to be doing to separate yourself when interest rates aren't as low as they are? And that's what we're providing. We're providing mortgage professionals with a tool, a system to be able to manage their client expectations, to be able to engage their database, and really to be able to be an advisor, a true mortgage advisor, and educate your clients and generate new strategic partnerships. One of the things that we really like on the art of home ownership, and we're seeing a lot of success through our the mortgage professionals that are on the platform, is our annual financial review tool. So we've built out a system that automates the process of how you're having these annual reviews with your clients. And within that environment, our loan officers get access to a scoreboard. And that scoreboard is really about documenting where they're at today, where they're trying to go tomorrow, and how you're going to be able to help. But it asks questions, how do you have a trust set up? What are your plans in terms of your savings? What's, your cash cushion look like? Are you investing in stocks? Do you need, a financial advisor that I can refer you to? And this presents you through these annual financial reviews. It presents you with the opportunity to be able to generate these new strategic partnerships. So great referral platform. I know that a lot of loan officers are always, trying to develop these new strategic partnerships, the CPAs, the financial advisors, the estate planning attorneys. But now you can go to these estate planning attorneys and say, here's how I'm going to generate business for you. And you've got a tool that's going to be able to execute that system for you. So it's not just your realtor partners that are helping, send referrals and generate business for you, but it's also these new strategic partners.
And I think that's what's such a key element of this is no longer going after a real estate agent saying, hey, I've got the best rates, I've got the best service, like this is why you should use me, trying to like sell them just on you. You're actually providing them a tool. These CPAs, these financial advisors, you can actually send them referrals. I know back in my heyday when I was working, I was always trying to go after financial advisors and going after CPAs. And I was always going into CPA's offices like, hey, can I put my card here? Like, if I ever have anybody that needs your advice, I'll send them your way. And that never happened. But now having this scorecard, having this opportunity to actually send referrals back to these other partners, these strategic partners, that is truly a game changer. And switching gears for just a sec, the whole company affiliation, the fact that you had one of your people land Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, most of you right now are watching on Facebook. Could you imagine landing an affiliation like that? Like, oh, well, congratulations. Now you can help all of Facebook employees if it ever comes when they're looking to buy a home. You can be that advisor. And that's what you're talking about, Zach. Like you are giving LOs the tools, the actual, the strategy right at their fingertips. You can walk into companies tomorrow as soon as you sign up and you can have those things right there. You can actually start adding value to these companies. I know you guys have mentioned a few other companies that you've had some of your LOs go into and you've landed huge contracts with, being able to help thousands of employees. There's no more, like you said, walking in with pamphlets and saying, well, hey, you know what? I can help your employees. We got the best rates and service. You can count on us to help your employees. No more of that. You're actually providing value for these companies, and you provide value. I mean, could you imagine, just a second, ladies and gentlemen, could you imagine the value you would have to create for Facebook of all companies to actually be like, hey, yeah, you know what? I want to take care of all your mortgage needs here at Facebook. And actually getting it, Zach, that speaks for itself that
Yep.
the system and the tools that you guys have clearly works.
Yep.
And again, this isn't just another shiny object. And I kind of want to turn to that for a second, because there's so many things within mortgage and real estate that are popping up. They become the shiny toy gun or the new shiny object, and they're distracting people left and right. Why is art of homeownership different, or why is it not just a shiny object right now?
Yeah, I mean, I love that question. I think, what we're providing with the art of homeownership is a toolkit, but also an execution team. It's not just about getting access to this system where then the loan officer has to go dig in and spend, weeks and weeks and weeks to learn. But it's also, it's about, engaging that database, automating that process, and what I always tell loan officers is anything you can automate, you should. So the monthly wealth digest, being able to automate your annual financial review meetings with your clients, the home concierge service, sending out reminders on how to best manage your home. It's about communicating and engaging your database with not just a monthly, email blast that goes out, but it's rather adding value that speaks to them as an individual borrower. I think that's where we're really trying to separate ourselves is it's that value piece, it's that automation piece, it's that systematized business model that loan officers can come and just plug into. One of the best parts about AOH is every Wednesday, we also have a weekly mastermind group where during that mastermind group, we're talking about best practices, ways to leverage the platform, really coaching, training, developing loan officers on the system. And that's where we're seeing a lot of engagement, a lot of success around that too. I think, you want to keep in mind that, as I mentioned earlier, is your past clients, your relationships, those are your greatest opportunities for future business. And I think if you're using this correctly, if you're using the platform, the Art of Homeownership platform correctly, really what you're doing is you're engaging those past clients, you're converting your leads at a higher level. Those borrowers are coming to you who are trying to rate shop. They're not rate shopping anymore because of all the immense value and the tools that you're adding to them after that loan closes. You're not just trying to get them in the home, but you're trying to make them a client for life. And that's what, our platform allows them to do, is to really become a client for life.
Well, and I like something that you mentioned here, and I want to make sure we're very clear on this, ladies and gentlemen, because I know there's a lot of systems out there, done for you systems. The art of homeownership, like you mentioned, there's a lot of automation, but Zach, everybody who uses this system, you still actually have to utilize it. You have to put it in the place and the process. This isn't something that's just going to go and do it all for you. Now, there's a lot of tools and a lot of things, like you said, that help with automation, or the succession planning, or your annual reviews, things like that are put in place. And again, that helps you stay on top of this, but you still actually have to put in the work.
Josh, and I like what you just touched on there, the succession planning component of it. With our annual financial review tool, you're able to document, loan officers are able to document deals they have, coming up in 2021, 2022, 2023. And through that, it really allows them to build out a succession plan on if they were to go and sell their business, they have something that they could sell, because they would be able to show, these are the deals, this is what's in the pipeline, this is what's coming. And, the system and what we've built, like with the annual mortgage review tool, it communicates with the clients and engages them to schedule the meeting. But at the end of the day, the loan officer is going to be having that one-on-one meeting with the client to review their needs and advise where they're at. And, through those meetings, again, that's where you can generate those referrals for your strategic partners. You can identify referral opportunities from that client, maybe their brother, their nephew, their cousin is looking to buy a home. And I always tell people this, there's never a downside to talking with your clients and having these sorts of meetings, but it's about having that process on how you're going to schedule those reviews, what information you're going to talk about during these reviews. And that's what our system provides you with, is that dashboard, that list of questions, the scoreboard, as we call it, for you to be able to communicate and document and educate, really.
Which is really cool, because we talk about being an advisor. We talk about educating. That's what our job really is. It's being there. It's not just a one-time loan. It's not a one and done. We always talk about building relationships. And I know that you guys that were on MBS not too long ago, and Barry Habib talks a lot about being an advisor, being somebody that your client can turn to time in and time out, being there to help them with not just the home buying process is critically important. It is, that's why I love it. The fact that it's called the art of homeownership, I truly think it is an art. If you really do your job well, if you help your clients in the right way, it is an art. And when somebody looks at a work of art, they look at it and they smile, and it brings joy to them, and they get excited and happy about it. That's the opportunity that we have as mortgage advisors to really create for our clients. We're creating masterpieces day in and day out. And that's why I love the art of homeownership and what you guys are doing, because you guys are providing the tools, providing everything that is needed for the consumer, for the clients. That's what I'm stoked about. That's what I love to see. And I love seeing companies like you guys leading the way when it comes to things like that. Zach, go ahead.
And what I was going to say is, to touch on that is, the more, and I think this is what I saw just through my own experience when I bought a home is, it's like you get you buy a home, it's that joy of, hey, we're now homeowners. But really what you've done is you've taken on the biggest debt that you're ever going to have for most people in their lifetime, right? And there's not, there really wasn't, before we started the art of homeownership, a process around, okay, what do you do now? How do you stay advised? How do you maximize wealth through real estate, and how you're leveraging what you have to create more for your family. And that's really where that gap that I feel we're filling is, it's true value, true education, and strengthening relationships for all of our mortgage partners.
And that's just it. It's all about strengthening relationships in the end. That's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to build that long-term relationships. And something that, I think that you guys even talk about this and that I'm excited for is helping LOs plan for the future of their business as well. Like something that sometimes we get so focused on, doing transactions and the short time span, but you guys also help. You want to build that long-term vision, that long-term future of these LOs, and providing the tools and these assets that you guys have. That's what it's helping them do as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the way that it's strengthening those relationships with realtor partners, a way that you can kind of separate yourself from the competition in your marketplace. Again, going after these new strategic partners. Strengthening the relationship with clients and being able to generate more referrals from your engaged database. These are, part of the tools, and you'll see that increased conversion, the corporate affiliations, which can generate new partnerships. There's our whole, one thing that we've started to test out as a company as well is the direct to consumer model, and how we're creating Facebook ads to generate leads and providing the art of homeownership as a tool. And I think there's, what our platform is providing you with is all of these features and these benefits to be able to execute that business model, so that 12, 24 months from now, when interest rates aren't as low as they are today, you've got your true separation on why you're unique in the model, in the market, and how you're adding a ton of value to your borrowers, your agents, your strategic partners.
Dude, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely love it. And it's just so cool. I love the name, The Art of Homeownership, because like I mentioned before, it really is an art. You have to know what you're doing. And guys, we're really excited at everything that we've shared with you guys today. You guys can work with the team over at The Art of Homeownership. I'm going to toss up our website. We're going to offer you an exclusive deal today through this website. If you go to shredaoh.com, shredaoh.com, I'm going to share the website. Where'd it go? It's right here somewhere. We lost it. Of course. That's when we're live, when we always lose it, right? That's just the way it is. Here it is. Now, oh, there we go. Now we have a pull up. Here it is. shredaoh.com. You guys can go sign up and you can get access to these incredible. I want you to write this down. Think about this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Think of just one company. Think of one company that you could go out and work with today. Maybe it's a Facebook. Maybe it's a smaller company that you've had on your radar for a long time. And you're like, man, what type of value can I provide to this company? Well, now you can. Now you have it right at your fingertips. You can sign up today and have the playbook. It's written right in front of you. I mean, again, going back to if they can land Facebook, if a client of the Art of Homeownership can land Facebook, you can land anybody, Zach. And that's what's exciting, is that anybody can do this, and you give them the playbook to do so.
Yeah, and to touch on that, what you talked about with the playbook is we have an e-learning platform that has everything A to Z that you need to be able to implement this, this system and be able to communicate. When you're talking about going and presenting to realtor's office, we've got those PowerPoint presentations ready for you to just duplicate and use. So, the ability to have these conversations with our, the tools and the content that we have in our e-learning platform, coupled with, the weekly mastermind trainings, is we're here to support you. We want to help you grow your business, and most importantly, importantly, we want to help you separate yourself from the competition.
Oh, dude, we're going to mic drop on that because that's exactly what we want to help you do is separate yourself from the company, especially right now. It's like we mentioned in the very beginning, LOs are getting complacent. Interest rates are all-time lows. Everybody's focused on their pipeline, which is great, but you have to start looking long-term. You have to start continuing to build that upward. Keep that momentum going that you have. Utilize this tool with low interest rates. So shredaoh.com. It's on the screen right now. You can miss it. And we also posted the link below. You have to go check it out because I know it will help you in your business. I'm so excited to be having Zach on the show today, and we have other future guests to come, actual users of this platform who are going to talk about their experience with it as well. So Zach, thank you so much for coming on and sharing the art of homeownership with us today. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Josh. Thanks for having me.
Ton of fun. And guys, again, look at the link below, click on it below. And if you're joining us live, comment hashtag AOH because you're here shredding with Zach and I, hashtag AOH Art of Homeownership. And you're joining us on the replay, make sure you comment hashtag hustle because you're out there hustling and getting it done. And then you're coming back and getting what you need to go shred in your business. With that, guys, we are out of here. As always, we appreciate you. We love you. And now it's time for you to go